Catch and Cook Unseasoned, the video series where we catch every single fish and cook them up raw to see which one is actually the best tasting. Today we're going after speckled trout, a fish we've already determined to be very tasty, even unseasoned, and we're gonna be using that as a comparison to the fish we're really after. What I believe might be the most underrated eating fish, the whiting, AKA kingfish. So we got the cast net to catch up some mullet for the trout and fish bites for some whiting. Another thing I'm looking for is some structure on the beach. I'm looking for a suck out. The thing about finding beach structure is a little bit hard if you're just walking. If you have four-wheel drive, you can find it just by driving. Interesting too, kind of weird and kind of a good sign, I think, is I was seeing a ton of mullet in the first gut, in the wade gut, I should say. So they're in super shallow. I don't know. Maybe there's some fish pushing the whole mullet train a little bit closer in. Well, I already have a few mullet in my bucket already that I caught inshore before we got here, but I've been seeing some mullet out here, so if they're there, I'm gonna try and get a few more. Got a pretty deep wade gut right here. With these mullet in it, I'm betting there's some flounder around here too. Unfortunately, the flounder season is closed. You can keep 0 flounder. Crazy. One mullet. Oh no, there's more. Are there? There might be some right here, I'm not sure. Might as well throw. Hey! There's one. Let's go. It's not the big schools I was seeing, but it's a guy and it is bait. A man has never been so excited to catch one mullet. Oh, that is looking like a pretty good size. The ones I caught inshore, they're pretty small, which is good. I mean, to get bites, but if you want to get some bigger bites, sometimes bigger mullet will help. Let's see if we can get a few more. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh man. Yeah, we got him, we got him. We got one, I think, again, man. I saw a bunch swim by. We'll take him, though. Woo! Yep, so we weren't really able to find our suck out we really wanted to see, and I know that's what you guys were waiting for, too. But I did find this deeper wade gut right here, and it's holding mullet. They're actually not moving too much. They're just staying in these little pockets. So I think that is our best shot right now. Got some fresh line on the pin slammer, and that's ready to be sent out there. Classic fish finder rig, 7/0 circle hook, and then a 4-ounce spider weight. And these are the boys right here. These are the boys. Let's get a volunteer going, starting off with one of these smaller guys. I like to hook them in the head. That's pretty much the best spot if you want them to hang on, especially when you're making hard casts. I go under the chin, and you definitely want to go beyond those lips. It's kind of gonna look like it's coming out the top of his head, but that's the best spot right there. You definitely don't just want to hang it on by the lips. I got all this line on here, and I'm only just gonna cast right in the middle of this first real gut. Time to get our fish bites going. My favorite flavor, shrimp. I don't eat them, but it's my favorite flavor to use, all right? They can catch anything. You can catch your reds, of course you can catch your whiting, your pompano even, black drum. They're so light, they're not like mullet, so you can cast them very far, very easily. This rod with the fish bites has been getting hit. I don't think anything's on it though. We'll check. That's all you can do is check. Wait, there is a fish. What do you know? What do you know? It's the whiting. You can barely even tell they're on the line. Now don't be mistaken, man. These guys love to eat fish bites. They don't fight very well, but man, they are delicious. First fish of the day though, and we're gonna let them go. And they love the surf. First fish of the day, we'll let them go. Hey, that looked like a bite. Oh, there we go. Woo-hoo-hoo. The big rod, far out. Hooked up. We're hooked up. What in the world? I didn't think there was gonna be any fish after about 30 minutes with no bite. Man, today we actually have the current, the side wash is going north, which is not exactly what you want this time of year. You want it going south. That just helps the mullet move along on their little migration. But this guy still hit it. Had to get it way out there past that second bar. Huh. I mean, there's been days when you cast beyond the third bar, but making sure our other rod's not getting hit. Oh, look at that! That just got hit. My other mullet rod. Wow, right when I'm looking at it? What are the chances of that? Actually, where's this guy going? Oh man, my other rod's got something on it too. And this guy keeps going back and forth. I think I know what it is. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna just see if I can set the hook by reeling down. Is that crazy? It's a shark! It's a shark! Oh. We need to get him in. Quick! Come here, big fella. Hey, that's a little guy. Woohoo! Oh man, that guy ate my big mullet. All my rods are getting hit. What the hell? I'm just gonna reel this in real quick. See if it's got something on it. Oh, it does have something on it. What in the world? Don't bite me, fella. Yeah, dude, the other rod got hit at the same time. This one's not out far. This is close in. Right beyond the first bar. Oh, I think it's another shark. He's running sideways. What? Sometimes reds do that as well. Yeah, double sharked up. Oh my gosh. This one might be bigger. Well, I guess that goes to show. These boys are running together. Let go! Give me my hook back, fella. I know you want it really bad, but I kind of want it back. Woohoo! Thank you. Check that out. We're double sharked up. I don't recommend holding them like this all the time, but when you're double sharked up, you gotta hold them like that, dude. They bit right at the same time, so that tells us they're running together. Let's get these fellas back. All right, fellas. Whoa. Let's have a race. Who's gonna win? Big guy versus little guy. Little guy has a slight lead. They're both taking off pretty slow. Look at that. Well, not exactly the guys we were going after today or even expect to catch, but pretty cool to be able to catch some sharks just on casted rigs. Check out this big mullet that he ate. A couple of bite marks on there, but looks like he was just trying to eat it in one whole bite. I'm kind of surprised there's not more stuff going after our fish bites right now. Usually there's just a billion whiting that are super easy to catch. We only got one, and since then, I mean, we've gotten some bites. I am using bigger cuts of fish bites as well, so that might be keeping some of those whiting off of it. One mullet, one fish bite. Oh, look at that. Dang it. Fish bite? Do you have something on you? Yeah, there's something on it. What? What is this? Is it a red? Or is it a big whiting? Big boy whiting. God, dude, that's one of the biggest whiting I've caught ever. I'm not even lying. That's one of the biggest whiting I have ever caught. Holy, it's a redfish. Same family. Dang, that's huge. I'm not even joking. I think that is the biggest whiting I've ever caught. I'm not even sure if this would be considered a big one, but dude, just looking at his head, it's pretty big. And you know what? That fella is a keeper right there. Let's see how big he actually is. Damn, okay, that's 16.5 inches. Oh, that's a little bit bigger than I thought even. One thing I don't get, man, is these fish are amazing eating actually. Whiting are so good, pretty easy to catch at the surf, but not a lot of people go after them. And they're such good eating. Super underrated, I would say. And we got that guy strung up. Let's see if we can get some more. Oh, fish bite's getting hit again. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, I think he is a little, what is it actually? Is this a pump? A huge spot. That's a big spot right there. Woohoo! It looks very similar to like croaker. Oh, there he goes. Something's on it. I just sent this guy out. This is a shorter drop. Everything's feeling different. I'm not even gonna try and guess what this guy is. I'm just hoping it's something decent and not a catfish, to be honest with you. Look at him, he's going to the side, but he's not fighting too hard, so what is it? What is that? Oh, what? Oh, there's a trout! Big trout! Big trout! What? I never would have guessed that. Good thing I didn't try and guess anything. But dude, that's a sweet freaking speckled trout right there. A decent one, man. Hell yeah. On the mullet. Woo. But we're catching sharks, speckled trout, and some PB whiting as well. Woo. What are you guys guessing on the length of that guy? We're about to measure him right now. And I bet you're absolutely wrong. He could stretch 18, man. Not a bad speckled trout. That's sick, dude. We got our big old whiting, and we needed one more fish. And that fish is the fish we needed. He's going on the stringer. And yes, I am an idiot for trying to lip speckled trout all the time. I always regret doing it, but I keep doing it. So, learn from me and don't do it yourself. Whew, that guy's going on. Sweet. No one ever expects the speckled trout. It's crazy too, you can't catch those inshore. You can only catch them in the surf. That right there is what you get rewarded with for staying out at the surf a little bit longer. A hardy boy. Ghost crab, ghost crab, ghost crab. Ooh, what's up, big fella? Ah, don't get me. Don't get me, don't get me. So listen, we have a speckler and some whiting to cook up. What we're gonna do is cook both of them up unseasoned and see which one is better. It's time for the taste test. We got our speckled trout fillet and our whiting fillet ready to go. We cook up trout and whiting fillets completely unseasoned to see how they rank up on the unseasoned fish tier list. And I'm not kidding you, we're actually making a tier list, but I'm definitely no fish waster. So we're not gonna use the whole fillets unseasoned because the rest of them are gonna be used for some fish tacos. Catch and Cook Unseasoned, the fishing show where Thresher Fishing puts his super tasting to the test. Look at those, I bet you guys can't even tell which one is which because you guys are probably not super tasters like me. Really? No, no, not really. I just wanna be like Chris Morocco, all right? Just a little bit. All we're gonna be using is just a little bit of oil on the pan. Some of you guys are probably still gonna need an ingredient list, aren't you? You should better remember which one's which actually. Woohoo! The fish is cooked. We got our speckled trout and our whiting right there. It's time for the taste test. First up, the trout, which we already know is good, and we're gonna compare that to the whiting, which for years now, I've always said is an underrated fish and it's a really good eating fish, but unseasoned, is it actually decent like trout? First up, a bite of that speckled trout. Just from the looks of them, they look pretty similar. Let's see how it tastes. I remember this. You know, for some reason with this unseasoned fish, you think it's gonna be disgusting, but you take that bite and it's actually not terrible, man. Sometimes with the speckled trout, it has a little bit of a nutty taste, and it does have that a little bit, but it also has a little, just a hint of savory in it. It's time for the whiting. Hopefully this doesn't make me look stupid for saying it's a really good eating fish. Whiting going in. Let me try one more bite, man. That's all we have left. These two fish right here, man, I don't know if I could actually tell them apart, even with my super tasting abilities. So I'm happy to say whiting is a really good eating fish. Now, it's time for the tier list of all the fish we've done so far. Bring up the tier list. So far, we've got whiting, speckled trout, redfish, sheep's head, and kingfish. Out of all those fish, we do have a pretty clear first loser. Sad to say, it is one of the fish I like to eat the most, and that is a redfish. So the reason I do like eating redfish is a lot of times you're blackening them up, putting a tons of seasoning and spices, and it just tastes really good. The reason we have to put the redfish in C tier is it did have a little bit of a fishy flavor to it. Wasn't bad, just not the best. Next up, we got the kingfish or king mackerel. I think it's a fish that a lot of people might want to put into D tier, but I've always actually liked eating them and even cooking it up unseasoned. I'm gonna place it in B tier. Next up, we got the sheep's head, which is the lobster of the sea. That's gonna put it straight into A tier. Speckled trout, very good as well, also going into A tier, and that means the whiting is swimming in its way right into A tier as well. Will there ever be a fish that makes it into the S tier? What fish should I try next that could possibly maybe make it up there? Love you guys very much. We'll see you guys next time.